Now we all know how important the short game is, but how can you work on this aspect of the game inside?
Doesn't matter if the sun goes down, we'll still be up, still be up. Don't care about the place we found, we'll still be up, still be up.
My name is Finch and welcome down to the Quest Golf Academy. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my content. Hit that like button and please comment below. Are there any indoor drills that you have used which has helped improve your game? Remember, this is a community. The more you share, the more we can improve together. And guys, all these videos are available to watch right now. If you did want to watch them from start to finish, there is a link in the description to a playlist on all 5 videos. So if you did fancy a binge watch, they're available right now. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the short game, and practicing putting inside has been something that people have done for a long time. But in this video, we're also going to be including some other short game drills that you can use to get you ready for when that season begins. So the first drill that we're going to be looking at is how you can get used to using the bounce on the wedges. Now, I would recommend that you do this on a soft carpet. Please do not do this on your new oak hardwood floors, unless you particularly don't like your hardwood floors, and then yeah, just do this all you want. Now, first of all, what is the bounce? So the bounce angle is the difference between the leading edge of the club and the bottom of the sole. Bounce angle, it basically allows the club to move out of the turf or out of the sand without the leading edge digging in. And this is something that the very best players in the world do so well around the greens, is actually use the bounce effectively. Now, this drill and this tip, this is Seve-esque. This is very much based on one of the best short game exponents the world has ever seen. And what I've done here is I've popped a tee in the mat, so you can probably just pop something on the carpet or a little tee in the carpet as well. I'm going to get myself set up as though I'm actually playing a shot. Ball position is central in my stance, feet slightly open. This is like a 20-yard type of chip. And I'm going to get myself set up. And my whole goal here is to come through impact to try and get the club skimming through. So just clipping the tee peg out of the turf. I'm not going to try and take a divot. I just want to really skim it through. Turn my body to face the target. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to try and put the club in my pocket. Now, what this is going to enable me to do is as I turn through, that's going to be my pivot. So I'm moving my body through to face. And I'm also going to be keeping super soft hands, pivoting soft hands as I bounce the club through, and then I'm going to put the club in my pocket. And that's all about getting the rhythm, all about making sure that that club head is moving up and passing my hands as I use the bounce. That's my preferred method of actually using it. So I'm going to get set up, ball position there, slightly middle of the stance, hands just slightly ahead, back, bouncing it through, and then putting it in my pocket. That did it, you did it. So just do this one more time. Please make sure there are no small children around when you do this. We do not want tees flying through the air and embedding themselves in anyone's eyes. So it's getting that set up position, making sure you're using that bounce to come through. There we go. And putting it in the pocket. Now this is a putting drill, and this is a slightly frustrating one, I'm not going to lie. However, over the months where you're not going to be on a putting green practicing, this is a great way to find a centered strike. If you want good control and if you want to hold more putts, controlling your speed is key. And if you want to control your speed better, striking it out the center of the putter face is an absolute must. So this drill, honestly, you're not going to like me for it. When you start doing it, it's going to be very annoying. But trust me, you get 2 splodges of blue tack and just whack them on the face either side of the sweet spot. They don't need to be very wide apart, because remember, there's only a very small part of the ball which makes contact with the putter face. But when that blue tack is splodged onto the face, you have one goal: to stroke putts over about 10 to 12 feet, so not a massive stroke, and try and find the sweet spot. If it doesn't find the sweet spot, you're going to hit the blue tack on either side of the face. Remember, other tacks are available. So do this drill and make sure that you're finding the center of the club face. And I'm not going to give any kind of technical advice here, because this is you trying to get a skill. This is skill acquisition. Finding the center of the club face, you find a way to do it and find the face, center of the face. Do you think I've said that enough? Center of the face? Center of the face. So the last drill I would say is actually more of a suggestion. So when you're actually practicing at home, one of the key fundamentals of effective practice in my mind is actually putting pressure on yourself. Now that's kind of hard to do outside of a game situation, but another key aspect of practice is actually putting yourself in a position where you can repeat the same stroke, especially with your putting. So that element of block practice, and that element of block practice certainly lends itself to some certain training aids. So what I'm going to do here is just talk about a few of those training aids that I really like and that I think can help you within your game. So the first training aid we're going to look at, now this is from Vizio, that's my preferred supplier for training aids for putting, is this T-stroke line. Now you can also buy specialized rails where you just put the ball on there, but this is all about getting the putt started off on the right line. If you miss that, and if you actually extend it slightly right or slightly left, it's going to fall off that rail and actually move offline. So this is my first little training aid recommendation, a T-line or some kind of rail to get that ball starting straight. The second one I would recommend is a putting mirror. Now there are many of these out there, and this is all about basically getting your eyes over the ball, checking in the mirror, and then some of them have markings on to kind of guide a stroke, but that's not really what I'm fussed about here. This is all about figuring out what your eye position is, but also how much your body is likely to move during the stroke. When I've been using a putting mirror, what I've noticed is that as I stroke the putt, I actually start to rock backwards within my stroke. So I shift my body position and I pivot slightly backwards. This is something which can often cause me to basically flip the putter face and hit it slightly left. So that is what a mirror is good for me. So I would highly recommend getting one of these mirrors and actually making sure that you can focus and see where your eyes are at the point of impact and during the stroke. Right guys, that is the end of the fourth video of the indoor series. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my content. Like the video, share it around if you want to, and comment on any indoor drills that may have helped you in the past. Remember, all these videos are available to watch right now via the description, so go check those out if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching once more, and we'll see you down here next time.